Hello, this is Mira, one of your favorite Mary Kay sales directors. And today I want to talk to you for just a minute, a little mindset minute about how to be selective about who gets your time and energy without being judgmental. This has always been a hard one for me because when I hear people say, "Oh, you got to be selective about your time," I'm like, that means I have to judge people and I have to decide and I love people. I'm a people pleaser. I'm an extrovert. I really do love people. But it is important to remember that there are a maximum number of people that you can be in a relationship at any given time. It's estimated that extroverts tap out at around 250 people that they can be in some kind of active relationship with at any time. So if you are not extroverted and you are feeling the pinch, go ahead and take a sigh of relief because it is clinically proven that I can't actually be friends with everyone. And let me tell you, when I heard that from my mindset coach, Deb Erickson, a couple years ago, that really gave me some relief because the farther up the career path that I go, the more success I have, the more clients I develop, it feels wrong sometimes to not be giving time and energy equally to everyone who I know. Now, particularly, I have a very large extended family, and so does my husband. So I'm the big sister. I'm one of the oldest cousins. I always feel the need to be in the mix with people, to be paying attention to them, to really embody that Mary Kay value of make me feel important. But I would have relationships that felt really, really one sided. And you know what? It's because they were one sided. Amazing how that is. Like a one sided relationship is actually indeed just you putting out the work and the effort. And it's not because people are bad or people don't like you. The thing about people, which is both terrible and freeing, is that most of us are completely self involved. So we're mostly thinking about ourselves and what we need to do and what is going to serve best our immediate future, possibly our goals, but we can only dream and goal and do that for a certain amount of people. So within that 250 people that I have room for active relationships in my life, there are obviously tiers and levels of intimacy, of connectedness, of all of those things. And you can do some work and look into that to really get an idea of what those are by not only doing some research from the iCAN Institute, but I bet you could probably Google how many people can an extrovert have a relationship with and find some very interesting answers and articles. So there are a number of people in my extended family, some people who have been longtime favorites of mine, who I've been close with, who in recent years I haven't been able to be close with them. And it's not because of anything that I did. It just happens to be that our paths and our purposes don't align right now. So one of the things that I had to do in order to stop getting myself hurt, because I felt like there was a point in my life where I came home from a family event and I just felt really drained. And I felt like I was doing all of the work and that I was getting none of the reciprocation. So I did a thing which was uncharacteristic for me. I didn't call or connect with any of those people in my extended family, and I waited for them to call me. Now, that was really hard because I'm one of those people who, if I like you, I want to talk to you. I want to send you a meme. I want to talk to you about what's going on in your life, what's going on in my life. I think of you and I pick up the phone and I just leave a short message or I talk to you for 1 minute, whatever I've got time for. And these interactions just kept being not returned at all. And I was heartbroken. So I took some time, and some of those people called me back in a couple of weeks. Some of those people called me back in a month. Some of those people still haven't called me back, and that was 2016. So you probably don't know who you are if you're the person who did that because you're not paying attention to me, and that is okay. So allow other people's actions to tell you what level of value they can currently place on your relationship. It's not that they don't value you, it's that they may not have the capacity to be in relationship with you, to show up for you in the way that you need them to show up. And I think if you should let that set you free. There's a couple of members of my extended family that the one-sidedness of the relationship, or there was always little things that they did that I thought they did intentional things to slight me. And then I have come to realize one person, almost 15 years ago, I haven't actually spoken to him since I realized that the attitudes and actions that he was displaying to me, he actually meant that. That's actually how he felt about me, that he did not put the value on the relationship that I did. And then more recently, I've had a family of people within my extended family do the same thing. And when I came to realize through the fifth or sixth thing that they did that seemed insensitive, that seemed really terrible if they valued me as much as I valued them, when I realized that they just didn't place as high of a level of connection on me, even though what they did was still hurtful, I can understand why they may not have seen why why I felt the way I did about the circumstance. And guess what? When I finally came to realize that after about a week of being hurt and mad and upset, I was able to let it go. And I wish them well. I hope they're great in their life. Right now, the ball is in their court in terms of relationship. And if I don't end up having a relationship with them long term, I have so many people that frees up about 6 spaces in my world. And there are so many people that I want to connect with and that I want to be close with. Now, here's the thing about those people in your life. It's not that you can only have relationships with 250 and that's it, and then it's all full. People slip in and out of that. And I know a lot of you have friends that you go all the way back with, and it's one of those things where you may not be in touch for 5, 10, 20 or more years, but the people that you slip right back in where you left off are the people that you want to have in your life. Allow people's actions to tell you what they think of you, how they are able to value the relationship, act accordingly. Be really intentional about your energy and see who is matching your energy back to you. Those are the people that you need to be investing in and spending time with. I also wanted to, let's see, not everyone in your life deserves equal weight at any given point in time. And we all know this from either being parents or having parents. When you get into your middle life, either you don't have your parents around because they have passed away, or you've chosen not to be in a relationship with them because of the choices that you or they have made, or because they the weight of their opinion is less important the older that you get, the farther along that you get. And this is an important part of self-differentiation and creating your own adult identity, is not allowing, grandparents, parents, all of the people who are important and who have been important in forming who you are. They don't necessarily need to dictate who you keep becoming. You are allowed to develop your own attitudes, actions, and things like that. And that's part of the flip side of what I was talking about in terms of allowing other people's actions to tell you what level of value they're putting on the relationship. I also encourage you not to allow other people's vision of you to keep you from having a vision of yourself. Most people, like I said at the beginning, most people are self-involved, and everything that they do, say, perceive, or think has to do with them at the center. And that's not a bad thing. That's how we're wired. That's how, your basic toddler, we get more and more self-aware, but not everyone makes it to the same level of self-awareness, particularly if they're busy trying to please people and fit everyone in and give everyone the same amount of weight. I recently ran into someone who knew us from when we were first new in Boise, when I was not new in Mary Kay, but new building my business in Boise. And she's somebody who had made some value judgments about me. And she thought that I was brand new in Mary Kay. And so she poo pooed it and she said, "Oh, well, I don't really think that those kinds of things work." Well, I ran into her over the weekend and I didn't recognize her. My daughter actually recognized her because she's somebody I haven't really thought about since that interaction that was fairly negative. And she says to me, she's like, "Oh, oh, so are you still doing that Mary Kay thing? Is it going okay for you? You're still in it, right?" And I was like, 20 years and counting. And she was like, "Whoa." And she changed her tone completely. And I did not give her any more detail than what I just, said. I just said, 20 years and counting. Isn't it great? I just had my best year of personal sales. How wonderful is that? She has a 3x5 vision of me. She has a 3x5 picture size vision of me. And she may have raised it to 5x7 now, knowing that I am a serious woman of business, that I have longevity, that I have goals and dreams and all of those things that she didn't realize about me when she met me as a pregnant nursing mom who was a little bit of a mess because that second child, oh my gosh, it is quite a thing. There was a time in my life where that would have devastated me for her. It would have kept me, I would have been mad about it for about a week. And I just laughed about it. And my daughter, who was listening to the conversation, she's like, "Mom, she was really rude to you." And I said, "That's okay. That's all she thinks of me, and she doesn't need to know. She doesn't deserve my time and attention, and I wish her well, and I wish her success in all of the things in her life, but I am not going to think about her again after this moment." So, I guess to sum up, this has been a little bit more than a minute. It's been like a minute and a half. To sum up, I want you to be intentional about who you're giving your time and energy to. Don't give it to people just because they ask for it. Give it to people who are matching your energy, whose actions show that they respect you and that they're going to be that they're going to be somebody who's going to add to your life. But allow people to tell you constantly by their actions and to be willing to reevaluate and reshuffle so that you have the kind of energy and support that you need to accomplish your dreams this year. Thanks for listening. Have a great one.